Olivia. How are you today?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good. What are you stopping by for? How's things been going?
Things are okay. I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what happened last night. I was not the RA on call, and some of my residents came by, and one of my residents was kind of having a mental breakdown, and I just ended up handling it, because I called to the RA on call, Ethan, and he was just kind of asking me to handle it because it's one of my residents. I guess he didn't really want to handle it, but he's on call, so I just kind of wanted to come by and clarify what the expectation is, I guess, because I know that they're my residents, but do I have to be available for them all the time? I kind of don't really understand. I'm a new RA, obviously, so just kind of what do I have to do if they're upset and stuff? Do I have to spend 3 hours talking to them?
Okay. So before we get into the expectations, I just want to talk to you a little bit more. How is that making you feel? Is it overwhelming you? Because obviously you don't seem like you're a fan of having to respond to to students that aren't necessarily yours. So how is it making you feel? How is it adding to your plate?
It's adding a lot to my plate because for one, I kind of feel I'm always on. I kind of feel I always have to be home and stuff like that, because what if one of my residents needs me, I kind of feel I always have to be available, and a lot of my residents have like mental health concerns and stuff like that. They're honor students and they're really really busy, and they get really upset when they fail tests and stuff like that, and they kind of have mental breakdowns, and then they come to me, and I kind of have to talk them down and stuff like that, and it takes a while because they're really upset, and my resident came and talked to me last night, but I have a test today, so it kind of cut into my study time, and so I feel I'm always on, and I feel I don't really have time for anything else, which is it's just kind of a lot because I have other RA responsibilities to do other than just sitting there talking to them about their problems, which I'm happy to do, but it just really cuts into my life and my self-care time.
And so you've spoken about, you having your own life and just how overwhelming and taxing it can be. So how are you mentally?
I'm okay. I mean, I'm stressed about my test today. I have to do that later. But other than that, I'm doing okay. I wish I got some more sleep last night. But it's okay.
Was the lack of sleep due to residents bothering you or just tossing and turning because life is going on?
A little bit of both. I stayed up a little bit later to try to do some more studying after my resident came and talked to me. So that's part of it, and then I am also anxious about my test.
Okay. Okay. So back to what you originally came in about, right? So do you think that while all of this is adding to your stress and is, stopping you from getting rest sometimes and being able to have those moments for self-care, what do you think we can do to kind of help you better assist yourself and better focus on yourself in your mental and self-care, but also do your job the best that you can? What are some things you
I don't really know, if I'm being honest. I kind of just I wonder if the RA job is too much for me, because if I don't have the time to sit down with my residents for several hours, do I have time for this? I have 65 residents.
right.
They have a lot of needs. I feel maybe sometimes I get more problems on my floor than other people, so maybe people don't really understand that I'm kind of taking on a little bit more than others because I have more residents on my hall, and then they're just having a lot of problems right now. I had that roommate mediation that you helped me with last week, and it's just kind of a lot, and then I'm doing the same bulletin boards and programs that everybody else is doing, and duty shifts and stuff, and if I get a call in a duty shift, I absolutely handle it. I don't ask the person why they're not handling it. And then so when Ethan asked me last night why I couldn't just handle my own resident, that was hard for me. And so to answer your question, I don't really know what I need at this point. I'm just kind of wondering if I can even do this, because if everybody's expected to just handle their own residents all the time, that might be a little bit too much for me.
Okay. Have you tried speaking with Ethan since the incident?
No, I haven't. I've been so busy today because like I
Yeah.
was like trying to study a little bit more for my test and stuff, and I just wanted to like talk to you first and like see like if I was like wrong to think that or like what.
Well, before we move on, I just would like to say that you aren't wrong for the way that you're thinking, for your thoughts, but also that you'll do fine on your test today. And if you ever need more time or need to readjust your schedule, to always just come and communicate to me so that we can make that work because you are a student first and we want you to be successful in that. Um, how do you think what do you think I should do as an advisor to kind of assist you? What should I do?
I just kind of want to know like what the expectations are. Like I know that Ethan is an RA, like he's been an RA before, and so I don't know if like he's just kind of like telling me the way that like he would do it or what. But I also know that he has a lot less residents, so I'm not sure if like he just doesn't really understand the situation that I'm in with like me having like almost 65 residents and he only has like 40, and so I'm not really sure like. And like I know you can't fix like the inequities, that's literally like the number of rooms on our halls, but like it's just kind of like I don't know, like it wasn't really covered in training like the way that we were supposed to handle it. And I know we did team expectations at the beginning, and some of the returning RAs like said like if you come across an incident, like you handle it whether or not you're on call. And like that's kind of where I'm struggling, I think. So I don't know, I guess I just kind of want to know like what the expectation is and like what am I gonna get in trouble if I don't do it. But like if I ask Ethan to do it and Ethan doesn't want to do it, like does Ethan get in trouble? Like I don't want to get him in trouble either, so I don't really know what to do.
Right. Okay. So I've heard you're just not sure, right? Like maybe revisiting the structure of things, better breaking down what should happen and when it should happen and who does it, being more clear and concise on how things operate within our halls, within being an RA in general, right? So I don't know, what do you think about maybe hosting a meeting and I run the meeting and we just run through it with all RAs so that everybody is present, right? Um, allowing you all to ask questions, and allowing me to reiterate and communicate clearly so that everything it has been covered. I don't want you to be further stressed or confused about your duties as a RA. Um, so what are some things, I mean, for you personally that you can do moving forward so that, you don't run into that constant stress or that confusion once we kind of clearly state everything?
Yeah, I think the meeting will be really good. I definitely like would look forward to that, and like I think that would be helpful to like clear it up for everybody. I think for me, I mean, if I'm gonna make myself less available, that would be pretty easy. I could go study at the library or something like that, so that I'm not always in my room. It is a little tough because like my residents also come up to me like at the dining hall and like other stuff like that. But like maybe one of the like single rooms in a library or something like that to kind of like get me some alone time from everybody. But yeah, I don't know. I think that would probably be the best way for me to go about it. Do you think that like it would cause problems on our team for us to like readjust the expectations? Because I don't really want to like cause problems with everybody.
Well, I think it's just a matter of us making sure that those expectations are clear, right? And making sure that everyone is fully aware of their duties. When you're on call, obviously things that happen in the building, you should know about them. There's no reason why someone who isn't on call is handling something that, very easily could have happened without you even knowing, right? Like everybody should be responsible when they're on call. Whatever's happening, the person on call should know about it. I do think it's a matter of boundaries, right? So sometimes just calling like, hey, you need to be up here. Something's going on the third floor. I suggesting that you get here, right? And once they're there, pass to get over. Now, whether or not you need to write a short report to communicate that you have passed over that incident, that's something we can discuss, or whether or not you need to be there for a little while to help mediate and, I don't know, even help Ethan maybe understand what was going on in that moment. That's something that may need to happen, but everyone should be full aware of their duties, full aware of the expectations, and doing their best. Outside of you running into students and stuff in the CAF, like, let's practice boundaries. Okay. And what are some ways, like, when are moments that students often invade your boundaries or they invade your space? What are some experiences you have with that outside of the CAF?
Yeah. So like, I guess for me, like, Sam sent out my cell phone number from the team, like, RA staff group chat, to a lot of my residents, I guess, because Sam thought that my residents would probably want my phone number, which is true. They do like having my phone number, but they do call me and text me a lot, and I mean, sometimes I just don't answer, but it's also hard because, like, you know, if they send me a message in class and then I don't respond, but they catch me when I'm walking down the hallway, they're like, oh, why didn't you respond to my text? So that's been kind of difficult as well, and I don't really know how to set boundaries about that.
Are these just casual, hey, what are you doing?
No, it's more like, you know, hey, like, what classes do I take next semester? Or, like, you know, like, RA kind of questions, or, like, you know, people asking me, you know, stuff that they could kind of ask the desk about, and sometimes I say, like, hey, go ask the front desk, but I don't know, they just want me to answer a lot of their questions. They ask me a lot of stuff about, like, getting involved and stuff like that, which I know we, like, had the meeting with them about at the beginning of the semester, so I kind of still got, like, trickle questions about that. Just a lot of different things.
Okay, so obviously you're who they're familiar with, and I know that won't always be easy, and even once maybe we put some things in place, it'll still probably happen. But I want you to definitely make sure that you communicate to the students that not messaging you during class, like, letting them know after a certain time at night that unless it's an emergency, because you need that time to yourself. But also just, I don't know, we're communicating the resources to them. We're putting up flyers in the dorm. So these are things that they can see, maybe even thinking about putting them in one group chat so that they can communicate with each other, and it's not always them asking you. If they ask in the group chat, it's free for anyone to answer, and that may be an option as well for you to assist them better and even take some of that off of your back, right? And we can think about further ways for us to complete that task as well. Okay,
That sounds good.
How do you feel?
I feel okay. I feel better knowing that it's not always my responsibility to, like, do everything, and that, like, you're gonna, like, talk at the meeting to us about, like, making sure we're all doing the same kind of thing.
Yeah. So definitely, I appreciate you coming and stopping by and being open to communicate to me. That's always appreciated. I am always here if you do need anything, and if you can't reach me, feel free to email me or leave a message any way that feels comfortable for you. I will be scheduling a meeting with the whole entire hall, so be on the lookout for that. And just know that I'm here to assist you when I can, as always. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate
you
you
so
talking to me.
much. Yeah.